today's presentation, today's workshop is going to be for define phase. This is the second phase of the design process, where, okay, I'm going to talk about, you're going to see things that I'm going to share. But now I will need to highlight here that this is the design challenge for February and March 2023, of course, for the UX. And as I heard Liz's and the user research workshop the last week from Liz, she mentioned that design challenge is super important. It was super important for her career, as well as for me, and I believe for Padma as well. I believe, but I can talk to me for me. So I will say that my first job here in Canada, I could get that, I could land it because of the design challenge, and I had that time in 2020. So I believe that design challenge can give you a lot of skills, from soft skills and hard skills. Maybe you are more focused to learn on the processes or the tools, but in the end, it's how you communicate, it's how you collaborate, and it's how you think and organize the process with your colleagues and your stakeholders. Yeah, so design challenge is not an individual work. This is, again, collaboratively. Today and from now on, this is going to be 100% collaborative type of work we are going to do, I think. So I will continue. I will talk a little bit about me. I like to say that I'm Leti. Like normal, my name is Leticia Serrano. I came from Argentina. I born in Argentina, born and raised, but I live in Canada now, in Vancouver Bay. I'm based in Vancouver. So here is snowing, not snowing now, but it's quite cold yet. In my experience, I have more than 8 years of experience in design. My background is in graphic design. I have a post-graduation as a branding specialist, and then transitioning from web design until the product design. So I can say that I have more than 4 years in product design. Today, proudly, I can say that I found my second position as a user experience designer at Alida. I was having kind of a challenging situation here on the tech industry. I was laid off in December from my previous company, but after quite some time and a lot of interviews, finally I got the job offer. So I'm super happy about that. But the most beautiful thing I've done in my career was being the founder of the UX, definitely. So this is, yeah, the highlight on my career for sure, and it's keeping me alive in this career. It's give me a lot of rewards, seeing you guys like learning and transitioning and making success in their career path by achieving your goals to get higher and to build this, gain more experience. And because I was there and I'm still there. Everyone is, I think everyone has that path that you are having. So, okay, for the title of today's presentation is going to be strategies and techniques for the define phase of the design process. And the topics I'm going to talk is the benefits, some strategies, strategies, and techniques. I will talk deeply a little bit more in detail about user persona creation or development, and the problem statement versus the how might we statement, and a user journey versus user flows. Some exercise time, I will give you 5 minutes for each exercise, and then I will talk about user story, another tool, and exercise time as well, 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less according to how we are going, and a QA session. So now the benefit, why is this important the define phase, the defining the user problem is critical, essential for this design process. It's essential for creating the user-centric design mindset that meets the needs for users, that reduces the risk of the product you are going to design, or the uncertainty on what to do, right? And in the same time, it drives innovation. For example, I will continue on here. I will explain more on the benefits, because all the benefits in here is you can create clear and confused and focused design directions. For example, the team can be aligned and working towards a common goal. You can increase the efficiency and effectiveness on your processes, on your decisions, and then understanding the user needs and the pain points is, of course, super important as a user-centric persona or user experience designer. So understanding the user is you're gonna help your design solutions that are more effective and user-centric. And then the other benefits you are gonna identify. You can listen to my husband and my daughter, right? Can you? I will stop. Yeah, they're playing like, yeah, it's my background. I will just stop a little bit. That's normal. So this is some other parent's life. So what happened here? Is someone okay, anyway. So identify opportunity for innovation, as I mentioned. I mean, this opportunity of creating and understanding their pain points, their needs. You're going to understand what features could be developed, what features could be offered, or service or other product could be better for your users that meets their needs and their preferences. For example, yeah, I mean, I can continue talking on another thing, but and then communicating with the stakeholders. So if you have, you can create this clear and concise way to communicate your problems with the stakeholders. You can build this buy-in with them and have their support in your decision as well. And reducing the risk and uncertainty associated with designing a solution. I think that you can, by reducing the risk of creating something that is more appealing to them, like is super user-centric to them. It's not like you are designing because you believe that this is something okay to design, right? Your design decisions should be aligned to the users. And uncertainty, of course, sometimes we make we make assumptions on the fly. We don't identify those assumptions as assumptions. We identify those as a validation, which is not correctly, right? So having that said, if you do that, we are reducing those uncertainty and making something that is absolutely appealing for them, and they're matching their needs. So after that, I like to, just for strategy and techniques, to have 2 questions. How deeply you understand your users, and what solution could be more effective for those users as well. So you have different tools, different activities, different situations that you can go through to understand your users and to offer solutions that could be better for your users and for your team as well. Remember that you are not working alone, since you can gather so many solutions for so many pain points, and you can solve so many problems when you are in the right life. Maybe your company has not a structure to go through that. So the user's pain point comes with the business requirements and capabilities as well, and resources. So just how to deeply understand the users, of course, you need to conduct user research. If you wanted to dive into the user research, at least have done, of course, I think most of you were in that user research workshop or presentation that Liz was doing last week. It was very detailed, very nice one. So the goal of course, for the user research is to find pain points, goals, motivations from your target users. She mentioned, and I was diving into the case studies, or I was talking with my teams on Design Challenge, and the problem that the three of them has, like they were not targeting the right users. We have to narrow down the users, the right users, to make possible a user is like an effective user research, right? To find the pain points that are similar, to find patterns, to find insights, to find goals, motivation, and things like that. So, I mean, I will say that it's super important to have a good and a proper user research. The more user research you do, the better it's going to be, the more detail it's going to be, but at the same time, you have a deadline to follow. So I'm super proud. I mean, if you have a short deadline to try out different methodologies, that is going to give you answers, pain points, solutions, or not solutions, sorry, pain points, or understand their thinking, their behavior, and things like that. So after you find all the things, all this information, you put all together, the pain point, motivation, goals, you are going to create a persona or having a proto persona. That the user persona is the representation of the key user group you are targeting, with the real needs, the real attributions, real needs, real demographic things, needs, motivation, pain points, and behaviors, right? After doing the user persona, that you understand a little bit about them, you are going to put together, maybe sometimes you can make affinity mapping or not. It will depend on the amount of the pain points you might have. Since you might have so many pain points to analyze on an affinity mapping, you can do that, and you can prioritize the goals and the pain points according to your goals and the business goals, right, as well. So when you have so many, this is going to be useful. If you're going to do that as well, that's going to help you to organize you in a sense that is, really important for your business or for your decisions. After that, you can create a problem statement. The order of these could be variate. In my case, I prefer to finish the whole affinity mapping, prioritize the goal, to create a problem statement that is going to be super oriented to the product I am going to solve. Otherwise, you can put the problem statement on the beginning, during the user research, and then when you figure out more user pain points and you prioritize the goal with the business or with your stakeholders, you find out that those things are not doable. So you have to reframe. So the order is according to your needs, right? But first you need to understand the users, and you need to find a problem to try to solve. And after that, okay, sorry. For the problem statement, you have to define the problem. You have to define the who, the what, the where, and the why. Who you are going to target, what you are going to solve, what problem is happening, where this is happening, and why we are addressing this. And after that, we have how might we activity or statement or tool. There are many ways, and this is explore solutions. So you can add how might we this is a question, that how might you put the action and what you're going to do for what user, or stakeholder, and toward them to achieve what they are going to do with that. And then you have user stories. I mean, this is some of the techniques that you can use. There is not all of them. There are so many others. I will say the matrix, effort and impact matrix. You can use to prioritize the solutions, and then you can use, the like business requirement. There are many ways. It will depend on your project, what tools you're going to use, or what exercises you're going to do with your team, right? How you're going to come with solutions. And the user stories to understand how those solutions is going to be aligned with the user needs, right? So I will dive into, for example, here, the persona. After, of course, do you have to identify your key user group to target in the user research? So because this persona is going to be one persona, or maybe two, it will depend on the process, but I think on the design challenge is going to be one persona. And then you are going to gather data like demographic information, behavior information, needs, goals, pain points, all the things that you hear all the time from us, I think. You are going to analyze and identify patterns on those people, like, for example, what devices they use the most, or like, for example, they don't have time for, like, organize organize their schedule, and they don't know how to organize their schedule, or they spend so much time on social media and they don't know how to give up from there. Those patterns are from the same type of demographic people, or the same key user group with the relative information. And then you create a persona, right? And then you create a persona. You have all this information on your site, and you create a persona that represents that group. And what you include is the key information you got. Remember, when you are going to get so many information all the way with so many information, the more users you target, the better is going to be your persona. More, of course, yeah. And the more user research you'll do as well. For example, here, I must say that the information should be relevant to the project you are following, right? For example, you just have a demographic information about age or socioeconomic level, if you can get, if it's important or relevant for you. CS, if there is, where is the location of that person, is this relevant, and is what technology experience they have as well. This is important as well for technology. But if you are doing a project, for example, for user experience design project for an office, what is going to look like the experience of, or like going in a hotel, and what is the experience of the lobby, this is different thing. So maybe the technology is going to be part of that, but not that relevant, right? It's going to be more relevant in how often they travel, and what they interested in most when traveling. What is it? Of course, here you can have main things, the demographic information, the minimum levels, the needs, the motivations, and the pain points. You can add the picture, you can add the name, you can add the quote that is going to be more relevant, you can add more information that for you is relevant. For example, in this case, the frequency of going to the market is important for this particular example I just brought, or like behavior of that person that is relevant to the project, right? So now I'm gonna dive into is anyone has any question until now? I can continue. Here we have problem statement versus how might we what is the difference? Sometimes maybe when we are new in this process, we have like, what is the problem statement, when we can use that, and what is that how my statement in the question. The problem statement identifies the problem that the needs to be solved. You put the who, the how, the what, the who, the what, the where, and why on that statement. And how might we statement is the tool to generate those ideas and solutions to that problem statement, right? Again, here, just to dive more into the concept or each of them, how might we statement is a tool to generate ideas and solutions, and it's a more open-ended statement that invites creative thinking to encourage designers to think outside the box and give more information to more solutions to your idea. How might we statement are typically framed in a question and should be specific enough to focus the brainstorming process. A problem statement is a clear and concise description of the problem that design is trying to solve. It's typically based on user research and data analysis and should be specific enough to guide the design process. The problem statement sets the direction for design by identifying the problem that needs to be solved, of course. So I just put it here on one problem that, for example, here we have our e-commerce website has a high bounce rate. So the problem statement here is visitors are leaving our website without completing a purchase due to a poor user experience. And then on here you have who is the visitor, what they are leaving, what is happening is they are leaving where the website, and then why is the poor experience. Now, this is too broad to bring here. You don't have a solution. You don't have like the real problem, because the user experience can happen for many reasons. Maybe in any e-commerce because they don't have a proper filter system, or they don't have a proper information. They don't have rating. They don't show the price right there. They don't have, it can happen so many things. So you have to now identify the key issues that is causing the high bounce rates, and you have to redesign the website to provide a more seamless and enjoyable shopping experience. And that is the goal you can get. I mean, you can make as a part of the problem statement or not, but it's kind of the goal there. So how might we statement? I like to just put from the problem statement, make so many. It's my way to do that. I really like to way that put it like, how might we redesign our website to increase user engagement and reduce abandonment? How might we improve the user experience? How might we solve the key issues of navigation? And how might we make a visitor complete the purchase? The more detail you have in the problem statement, the more detailed the solution is going to be for the how might we. So that's good as well. And I really like the way I found the way that, for example, putting in a how might we from pain points that are important, it helped me like finding the solution. But it's my way that I found. Every designer, I think they have their own way to do things, to do their process. As long as you find your way, that's awesome. But you can follow others, and that's fine as well. There is no one reason or the right way to do. There are many ways. There are many methodologies. There are many tools. So now, guys, I will give you 2 minutes. We'll give you 2 minutes to drop first the problem statement in the chat. I will put it in a clock, a timer. In 2 minutes, you can put some problem statement. I will put 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I will wait for 2 minutes to complete your problem statement. Nobody's gonna talk. I'm going to answer, but I'm going to distract with my voice.
So this exercise is for everyone. So feel free to share problem statement in the chat window so that we can work on the how might we question, like how to create the how might we statement, right?
For Linda, first you have a problem to be solved, and then you find the solutions. You cannot start from the solution and then the problem, because you have a problem and then you have an exploration of the solutions, which is how my we is exploration of solutions. Is anyone want to share the problem statement, or want to say? Okay. It's just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay. Okay, we have something. I will start with the problem statement. Okay, I will start with Yaman. Start with how my way. I will put that after. Travelers face frustration during transportation ticket booking. Online, with spending too much time searching for the most suitable tickets and scrolling to obtain necessary information. That's nice. That's good. You have the who, you have what. They are frustrating during transportation ticket, with spending too much time searching for the most suitable tickets and struggling to obtain. Okay. You have the where as well, and yeah. Visually impaired can exercise on fitness machines. Yeah. And you need a little bit more information, Suraj. You need a little bit more information. Is visually impaired people, users, can exercise on fitness matching, and why they cannot. It is so totally logic, but and you can explain. The more detail is going to be the problem statement, the better. Future one. I mean, I'm just, because of time constraints, I am going to try to ask you for if you can, with your problem statement, generate a how my way is going to be good. I mean, I can start putting the time. Yeah. So for now, you have 2 minutes to do a how my way statement for the problem statement you put in there. And Akhenaton make the whole thing together. Cool. Understanding why users are now completing onboarding for the dating app after downloading it. So here, Kyle, understanding why users are not completing onboarding for dating app after downloading it. So the problem is, like, you have to understand why the user are not completing. So the problem is the user are not completing the onboarding dating app before, and you need the why. You need more information. Why they are not complaining. So you have the problem, but you don't have the why. Okay. Okay, students are not utilizing ebooks available on university library website, causing waste of money spent by university. I like this, Sandit. Yeah. How might we make university library electronic resources more accessible to students? I really love that. I really love that. So it's just 10 seconds for the how might we. Yeah, good job. I will pause. Cool. Good, good, good. Good examples, good exercise. The more we practice, the better it's gonna be. And again, there are no good answer. There is, you can, the more you practice in design or your muscle, the better your question or your exercise is gonna be, right? So that's good. And the more information you get as well, you share, for example, you share this problem statement and how might we question with your stakeholder, understand the target user as well, you can get their insights and get a better, more effective questions as well. So I will just dive into here some user journeys and user flows a little bit faster because it's just 10 minutes. I think it's going to be longer, this meeting. So what is the difference between the user journey and user flow, guys? User journey and user flow are important, both important tools. They are totally different things. They said that design process, they both are used for design process to understand how the users interact with the product or a service. But they are focusing in different levels of details. And the user journey is a visual representation of the steps of a user that takes to complete the task or goal from user's perspective. It often includes details about the user motivations, emotion, pain points throughout the process, and also opportunities for the business. For user journey is useful to understanding the user's overall experience and identifying opportunities for improvement. You can see this just an example, like you have some like activities and the feelings, and when they are happy, when they are frustrated, when they are okay with the process. Sometimes when they have to pay, for example, it's not a good experience. It's not a happy experience you have to pay, but it's excitement when you already have this activity to go with, or this cloth is going to come to your house sometime, you know. But the action of purchasing is not that happy to spend money. So that's an example. But now the user flow is a more detailed. What is the difference between the user journey? Sometimes it's going to be different, confusing, but it's more detailed visualization of the specific steps of the user takes to complete this task or goal in a product. Yeah, in the perspective of the system or product is being used. For the user flow are typically more focused on the technical aspect of the user experience, such as specific button links and interactions. They start from here. What happened with their register? They have the option that if they are registered, they can create a. They are not registered. They can create a new account, or they can log in, and this is the flow that's going to happen on the application or the website or on the process. Some exercise or example here. We are designing e-commerce website. For the user journey, the customer is buying a product, includes steps such as discovering the product, researching the product, adding to the cart, and the checking out. And the user flow includes more the technical details, like we talk about pages, buttons, actions, forms to complete, or and for example, on the user journey, on part of discovery the product, the customer click on the URL and the link, and then type the keyword in the search, and they filter by rating on those activities they can get during the searching product, which is on here. So in the searching product, you have many steps that in your user flow entails. And then you have the click button now, or the call to action, select the shipping methods, fill out the shipping address, And then select payment method and complete the purchase. So there are many, you can add more information actually here. So now, just to wrap up here, this is the last one. The user stories I like to put together because it's just an exercise, super simple. You can take a simple description of the future or requirement that the perspective of the user, they are typically used to capture user needs and requirements in a way that is easy for design team to understand what to do. User stories typically follow this sample format, this simple format that I said that user, I want to a particular feature requirement, I want to just do XYZ so that I achieve that goal. Yeah. So you can use this this methodology or this format to do your own user stories, this fun activity experience when you have so many pain points to solve or so many features to solve or so many many projects to do or many pain points to cover. This is a good example for doing. For example, as a busy mommy, I want to be able to purchase the right shoes for me in few minutes. I don't have, so I can take care of the rest of my duties. Yeah, so that is an example how we put together in here. Now time for exercising. Drop your some user stories on here. You as a student, you as a mom, you as a brother, you as you know, colleague or whatever that comes to your mind. And yeah, I will put some 1 minute. It does not no need more than 1 minute. It could be for your case as well. Just assumptions, that's fine for now. $35 seconds. No, the user story is not interview for participant, are not. They are not, definitely not. We are not talking about interview now. The define phase is definitely for when you finish the user research, is to define the problem and define the solution. The user story is to put together in a sentence the user. Stop it. Is time, right? So is to put together in a sentence the user, what you're gonna develop, what you're gonna do, your solution, and what this solution is gonna solve for that user, right? That is the same. This is just an empathetic type of exercise. That's what it is. Okay, so I will. This is the last exercise, you guys, as I will just finish. I will read a little bit here. As a person with motor disability, I want to personalize plan for training my legs so that I can practice walking again. Awesome, this is beautiful. As a student, I would like to have my upcoming assignment visibly at the glance, I don't know. So I know what to practice. As a busy working professional, I want to get healthy cat food delivered so I do not need to grocery shop for my cat. Nice. As a business owner, I want to be able to easily process transactions so that I can give my customers a better shopping experience. Awesome. I like that. As a students, I want a feature that allows me to rank up in leaderboards so I can see and feel motivated of my process in a class. I will skip a little bit. User stories, e-commerce. as a fitness professional trainer, I want to try AR feature to, what do you mean? AR feature to try the product that fit my style so that I can save the time from browsing to find. Okay. As a avid coffee drinker, I want to quickly find roasted coffee online so I can take into the delicious cup of coffee in the morning on the go. Awesome. Good job, guys. So I think I finished.